And so to go with the drive into the house, I thought we'd do one driving out as well. So the view you've got currently is off our drive, the plants that we've planted since we've arrived a year ago. And a year ago, it's a bit not so visible, but there you go. There, and there's our huge beds that we've done. And then we drive up onto the gravel drive, and then onto the concrete. So in front of us is a house. That's the guy we bought the land from, Bob, who we're friends with, and very good. And then this is the stupendous drive that we enjoy. It's got a reasonably funny story attached to it, but this is just one drive just to our house, so all rather good, I think. Complete with drainage for the civil engineers amongst you. And then the gate posts mark the boundary of Bob's drive that we share. Well, we can share with ourselves. And then this is the start of Beacon Road. So Bob lives up there, and then some very other nice neighbours live down there. And then straight on is onto Beacon Road. And to my left are some very nice friends of ours who own some horses amongst other things. Not that I've been on them. And this is the drive up Beacon Road, which is rather good. The trees are just starting to turn, and he's flying his Welsh flag, presumably because it was David's Day recently, and he must have some Welsh connections. He likes his flags. As we carry on up Beacon Road, and we finally come around the very blind corners, the S-Bends, past Lavender Hill and the very nice people who own that, around the corner, up to our letterboxes, and then out onto Lloyd Road. And this is what Lloyd Road looks like going down. These people are building a house here that they haven't moved into. It seems to have taken about 2 years to get there. I'd be dying of frustration, but that's the way just it is. So that's the view over Riverhead Forest in front of us, where we go mountain biking, and it literally is what, 1,000, 2,000 metres away. Down the hill, and past Mr. Lloyd's house, a little shed, and then he's building his house down there somewhere. And along here, and this brings you on to Barratt Drive. And Barratt Drive is both left and right here, and going left that way goes nowhere. It's another stub or dead end, and then back down Lloyd Road, which will take us to the main Coatesville Riverhead Highway. Past Graham, who mows our lawn, and a run down here. And you'll notice really how quite wide the road is, and this is just like a backwater road really. None of these roads go anywhere, they're all dead ends, they all just lead to people's houses, which is a common feature in New Zealand. There's a lot of dead end roads where which are just purely access to houses. Around this very nice little corner here, along a hedge which protects a tomato farm, past the old county council depot there, and down onto main Riverhead Coatesville Highway. I say main, it's just a small little road, but it gets quite busy along here. I shall pull into the lay-by at the bottom, where I can make my adjustments and do a U-turn once it's all a bit clearer. Right, well, hopefully that was reasonably enjoyable. Gives you some idea of what we have to do every day. Rather pleasant, I think. And here we are, coming back up onto Barratt Road, where we started the journey on the other little short clip I did. But we'll keep the camera rolling, I think, just so you can see this one. So this is Barrett Road going back up to our house, and round the corner past the very nice classical house villa that they've built to our left that Nick and I always liked. And when we looked into building something like that, the price was quite more expensive because of the detailing that was required. So here we are, the sign on the left is Graham, who cuts our grass. Very nice guy, he's always busy. Around the blind bends. And in front of us, Barrett Road goes on to nowhere, just a load of houses, as I said before, and to the left is Lloyd Road. Up Lloyd Road. So Mr. Lloyd owned all this land once, and that's what the road was named after. He had 3 sons and left it all to them, and eventually there's only one left. He sold all the land and lives in a very small house that he's having another little house built on his own. But he used to own all this land, and has now consequently sold it over the last few generations. That's where our Yorkshire friends live from Scarborough, who are 80 plus years old. Came over on a ship on the Queen's coronation. And here's Beacon Road. We turn right into Beacon Road, past our letterboxes. In front of us is Lavender Hill. They've got a lovely little business of growing lavender and crushing it and selling it, and it's a sort of a hobby as much as a business, I guess, but he's selling it worldwide. Round the corner, some very nice neighbours who like sailing in the Pacific for 3 or 4 months of the year, and live there. And he's flying his Welsh flag because it must have been St Patrick's. No, it's not Patrick. That was the Welsh David's Day. Round the bend, and so this is where Beacon Road ends. Literally at a stub, we go straight ahead. Bob's house is up there at number 30, and Steve's house is down there. And this drive is actually owned by Bob, but we're the only people who currently use it. There will be another house, so there'll be 2 people using this splendiferous concrete drive. We come over the little hill here, the brow of the hill. I'm going to deal with these poplar trees sometime. And here we are. This is welcome to our little house. Nick said don't do this film because the grass has grown too long, but I sort of think it gives an authentic view. And down our drive. There you go. Welcome to our house, everybody.